Focus on Ports, brought to you by Transnet National Ports Authority.
Hello and a warm welcome to Focus on Ports. I'm Lionel Skink. Thanks for joining us. The oil and gas industry is one of Africa's major developing industries and is positioned to drive the continent towards prosperity. According to the South African Oil and Gas Alliance, the next big expansion of the continent's oil and gas production will be on the east coast of Africa. Currently, Africa's west coast is leading production in that sector. Now, South Africa is ideally placed to play a key role in the support and development of this industry, and keeping up with the market demand, Transnet National Ports Authority has a number of plans to accommodate this flourishing industry. Now, joining me in studio to discuss the sector as well as the oil and gas strategy from the Transnet National Ports Authority are Eugene Kearns, Executive Manager for New Business Development, Willem Roux, Port Manager at the Port of Saldanha, and joining us from our Cape Town Bureau is Mr. Stefan Graber, founding member of the South African Oil and Gas Alliance. Gentlemen, welcome to the show. Well, we're talking about the oil and gas strategy, and I think I'm going to start with Eugene, with regards to new business. And if you could paint for us a picture, just how big is this opportunity, oil and gas? We don't have explorations from South Africa as yet, but the rest of the continent is. Where are the opportunities and how big are they?
Well, Lionel, I think it's big in a number of ways. In the first instance, it's been experienced to be a major employment creator. The servicing and repairs of oil rigs is one where we have quite a number of people that can be employed, and it's a highly skilled operation. Mm-hmm. Also, I think South Africa has built up some experience over a number of years as we have been into this market, but we've really just enjoyed a small fraction of the market to date, and it's a growing market. So I think in terms of impact, from a skills and employment opportunities, the impact is going to be quite big. Mm-hmm. In that we are looking at more than doubling, perhaps tripling our participation in this market going forward.
Okay, well, I want to bring you in here. That opportunity that we're talking about, how would you sort of quantify that opportunity from a port's point of view?
Lionel, I believe there's a number of rigs that are operating on the west coast of Africa, and that should be our first target, because the east coast is a developing region in terms of the recent gas finds. Mm-hmm. So I believe we need to target the rigs, the supply vessels to the rigs, the heavy lift equipment that is used on those rigs, and that we could provide services that range from repairs, maintenance, certification, rebuilds, refurbishments, and all of these provide us with huge opportunities to establish ourselves in the Southern Hemisphere, and then build the industry from there and build a reputation for ourselves, where we can actually be a significant name in the market. Mm-hmm. I think at the moment we are small, very small. We are not known in the industry, and we really need to establish ourselves and then build a reputation from a South African point of view as a major player in the industry. Okay,
now those issues speak to intra-African trade and intra-African sort of business. I want to bring Stefan here. Stefan, just how just how great is this opportunity for South Africans to sort of get involved in? Willem just told me now that we don't have a reputation as such at the moment. And we certainly don't have exploration off our coast to the extent that the rest of the continent has. But from a reputational point of view, do you expect the rest of Africa just to bring their business to us just because we are on the southern tip of the continent?
You know, what we have to do is have the facilities available to accommodate these rigs. One must imagine that the rigs vary from about $200 million to $500 million. And the operators want assurance that we have the facilities to actually deal with these rigs in the ports. And also, apart from the facilities, we have to have the skilled labor to actually work on these rigs. So it's not plain sailing. We have to actually market ourselves to the operators of the rigs and convince them that South Africa is a point of call for the repair and maintenance of the rigs.
Currently, where are the operations and repair of the rigs, of Africa's oil rigs, going to at the moment?
They are going to Singapore, Dubai, Korea. There's a little bit that is done in Nigeria, but it's very small. And of course, across the Atlantic Ocean in Brazil and the United States, Malta is also a point of call for repairs. So in Africa, we have the opportunity to create a facility that could cater for the west coast of Africa, and then expand to the east coast of Africa.
Eugene, I want to bring you in here. Let's look at the current facilities that we have, Eugene, and our geographical location and our current capacity. I know we're talking about enlarging our capacity, but what can we do right now as we speak?
Well, at the moment we are in fact enjoying some foothold in the industry. We've got facilities that's been established in the Port of Cape Town for a number of years now, where there's a dedicated infrastructure for servicing of oil rigs. And we are presently, over the past 2 years, we've also accommodated this activity at the Port of Saldanha itself by making use of shared infrastructure. Now, what we want to achieve going forward is to also create dedicated infrastructure in Saldanha so that we are able to grow in our participation in this market. And this is what we want to do as an immediate next step.
What is the market cap that's going to be put out in order for us to get there?
The Ports Authority itself has set aside just under 1 billion rand to provide dedicated key facilities for berthing of these rigs. At the moment, we're making use of a multi-purpose facility, sharing it with cargo handling facility. So what we want to establish is a facility that will be able to deal with more than one rig at a time, up to 3 rigs in the port at a time, which would be a substantial employment creator if we are able to achieve that. And the key facilities will also be coupled with a floating dock for repairs as well. So I think from where we are currently, the dedicated infrastructure, we want to virtually treble what we have.
Okay, fantastic. Willem, I want to bring you in here. Saldanha Bay is currently undergoing, the IDZ sort of designation of the port as an industrial development zone, and the public comment period has already begun. I think from the 19th of November. Saldanha Bay as an industrial development zone, and the plan to respond to the market demand of an important opportunity of oil rig repairs and maintenance. How do the two fit in, if at all?
There's a direct correlation between the IDZ and a port. The IDZ provides ideal opportunities for the growth of a port, and the port again provides ideal opportunities for the growth of an IDZ. Now, the two need to facilitate their respective roles, and the Port of Saldanha has unique characteristics which we should be exploiting to the benefit of the IDZ. The port has deep water facilities, so it can accommodate special vessels, namely VLCCs, very large cargo carriers, and having these provide services that support each other, that complement each other, will be to the benefit of the IDZ and will be to the benefit of the port. And if the IDZ benefits, obviously we're creating wealth, we're creating job opportunities, which are very important. And the focus is definitely for the IDZ going to be on the industries that the port is currently serving, and that will be the oil and gas industry it will be the ship repair industry, and it will be on any cargo that is currently being handled at the port of Saldanha.
Okay, fantastic. Stefan, I want to bring you in here. If you look at the opportunities that we've spoken about, you made a quotation there of some $300 million US per annum in terms of the business that can be generated. And if you look at what Eugene and Willem are talking about regarding the unique offerings that Saldanha Bay has, are you satisfied with the pace of growth towards getting there at some point? Because you're part of this task team, and I guess you're one of the people that are burning the fire under the people that are supposed to make this happen. Are you satisfied with the pace at this stage?
Yeah, I think we are satisfied with that, but I think we must just balance what NPA can provide and what is really in the IDZ. You have the facilities at the berth where you actually do the maintenance and fabrication for the rigs. But also you have a land-based operation where you have people who produce fabricated items, spares, drilling strings and things like that. That has to be on land. So the port facilities have to have a backup key facility to actually support what is going on. I think we have been through a lot of negotiations with NPA. I think we have now resolved our differences between industry and NPA, and we are going on to a cooperative method of trying to get the facilities that we need as the industry, and we are getting full cooperation from Transnet, and that is a pleasing situation. And I think we are making definite progress, and I hopefully with the cooperation of the Transnet NPA of sharing the existing berth until the new berth is constructed and leased out to an operator to actually operate that as a berth for rig repair.
Okay, well, we're going to go for a quick break. When we come back, we continue our discussion on South Africa's oil and gas industry and look at specific opportunities for employment and the development of skills. Stay tuned.